Hello, welcome to Law and Disorders, an actual play Delta Green podcast. I'm Nolan, your handler, and I just wanted to put this out there. We weren't really planning on making this a podcast, these first 3 sessions, but we recorded them. I did some editing on them, and it turned out all right. So we decided to take the plunge and get into it. So after episode 3, I promise I'll try to do a better job explaining what the agents are like seeing and reading and things like that. So yeah, our first delve into Delta Green is going to be the scenario of Victim of the Art. So I hope you dig it, and try to find us on Discord. Feel free to join the Law and Disorders server. Just there to talk Delta Green. You can probably even listen in live when we're running our sessions if you want. Yeah, so let's get to it. Bob, why don't you tell them who you are and who your agent is?
All right, I'm Bob. I am playing Detective Jimmy McNulty. He's been with Arkham PD for 8 years. Womanizer, alcoholic, smartest guy in the room, also slightly psychic. Is kind of an abrasive asshole, but gets the job done. And that's about it.
Nice. What about Paul? Tell them who you are and who you're playing.
Yeah, so I'm Paul, and I'm playing FBI official liaison Derek Smiley. He's a media specialist and is actually a Fox 2 Detroit News weatherman. He starts the 10 o'clock news every night to give the weather. So he's very good with journalism, writing, metrology, those type of things. But he actually got his start in the news business doing investigative journalism, searching after the disappearance of his sister, his older sister, driven by that mystery and trying to explain what happened and find her. He started getting those skills, and that's what eventually got him into the news, and also made him a very good recruit target for the Delta Green organization. So that's Derek Smiley.
Nice. All right, Lee, tell them who you are and who you're playing.
Yep. Hello, I'm Lee. I'm playing as Kyle Baker, who is a seasoned burglar who's been in and out of prison since he was 19. During his last release, he ended up breaking into a Delta Green agent's residence, broke into a safe, and stumbled upon some sensitive Delta Green case files and was caught in the act when the agent returned home, and who was impressed by Kyle's ability to get through the security and gave him an ultimatum to join Delta Green or he'd make sure he wouldn't see the outside of a cell again. So he is using his criminal background to help investigate and contain and cover up as best as he can, and hopes to make prove something to himself in the process that he's not just a complete piece of crap.
Not a complete piece of crap.
So far, that's not worked out.
That's a sweet backstory.
All right, last but not least, Steve, tell them who you are and who you're playing.
My character is Ruben Steinmetz. He's a 29-year-old. Sorry, I'm going off memory. Maybe I should have pulled it up. 29-year-old, brilliant, but I'll say hasn't quite met his potential yet. Still kind of in a middling position. He came on Delta Green's behavior on their radar when he noticed some irregularity, which he thought was signs of fraud, but Delta Green picked up as signs of unnatural activity. He's not quite in it for noble pursuits. He's just the kind of guy who can't resist a puzzle, enjoys poking his nose where it doesn't belong. So as much as I'd like to say he's the kind that's in it for the greater good, it's really more to satisfy his own curiosity, solve a puzzle, maybe a little bit of an ego aspect to it as well. just to prove himself. You could almost say a bit of a chip on his shoulder because he realizes he hasn't, as brilliant as he is, objectively speaking, he hasn't quite reached his potential.
Okay. Everybody ready?
Ready?
Yes.
Cool. So it is about 5 o'clock on October 23rd, 2012. We'll kind of go around, and on a normal day for your character that day, Bob, what would Jimmy McNulty be doing?
So on this particular day, he had been out all day working a murder scene. At right about 5 o'clock, he pulls into the squad room, puts his service weapon in his desk, takes a nip of Jameson off of the hidden bottle in his desk, starts typing up a report, and at that point, his sergeant, the detective sergeant, comes over, taps him on the shoulder. Hey, there's been a message left for you. They said it was important. Go check it when you have the opportunity to do so. So he takes a couple more pulls off the Jameson bottle, and talks to his partner, Dana, real quick. Tries to flirt with her, doesn't go very well per usual, and he drives himself home to kind of drink himself into a stupor once again.
All right. And on your way home, you receive a phone call. Nothing comes up on the caller ID. It's just a bunch of random numbers and letters, but you know who's calling. We'll leave it at that. Lee, what is Kyle Baker doing on this day?
Kyle at 1700 is on his way over to from his parole officer meeting, and he's heading over to one of his girlfriend's house, Nikki LaChance. He got some flowers that he picked up from some panhandler on the side of the road, and her favorite bottle of vodka to try to make it up to her because she thinks he's been cheating on her. He's been ducking out so much, and so he's on his way over to see Nikki.
Cool. Paul, what's Derek Smiley up to?
Yeah, so you see the floor of Fox 2 News, and it's very busy. All people are moving around. Chaos is all over as they're trying to prepare for the 10 o'clock news. Makeup is over with Derek getting him ready for his time being in front of the weather screen as usual. He looks over and sees one of the co-anchors, also his girlfriend, Denise, who looks very busy looking at what's working and going on. And he looks at the script that's in front of him for what he's supposed to say and thinks to himself, there's no way I'm doing this joke. What are the writers even doing these days? So he's busy getting around, trying to get ready for the day. And he feels a vibration in his pocket, which has a strange number on it.
Right on. That same thing happened to you too, Lee. You were getting home to your girl and you got the phone call too, I forgot to mention. Steve, what about Ruben Steinmetz? What's he up to?
All right, Ruben has fulfilled his daily obligations. He runs a team that maintains accounting software, and he's fulfilled his daily obligations, and what he likes to do sometimes is just optimize the code. The platform runs just fine, but he's trying to squeeze just that little bit of extra productivity out of it. The office is starting to get real quiet, and he realizes he's getting hungry, so he heads out to grab some takeout on the way home. And then I assume he gets a phone call.
Get the same phone call. You guys all answer the phone call. It's an unfamiliar voice, but you're used to that because you guys get different handlers all the time. He asks you, I'm going to need you to meet at Quantico tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Tell Sheila at the front desk you're there for the GRPD case. There's a situation in Glen Ridge, Long Island that needs special attention. Depending on where you guys are located, you go to the airport and they already have your airfare and tickets waiting for you, unless anybody's close enough that they just want to drive. I don't know if anybody is close enough, or does anybody want to drive?
Yeah, I'll say I'm in New York, a few hour drive. So I think you're not going to save any time on a flight.
All right. And my bad research is I'm not even really sure where Quantico is.
Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. Yep. I knew that. Yeah, so you're either flying or driving, and you get to Quantico. You walk in. It's October 24th, 6 a.m. You guys know not to be late, so you're there right then. Each of you separately walk up to the front desk. You notice that the lobby is very large. There's only a few chairs. The chairs they have are spread apart quite a bit. Individually, the lady asks, "How can I help you?" You guys are like, "GRPD case?" She's like, "Oh, okay." She starts typing on the computer. She's like, yes, there it is. GRPD. He'll be out here shortly for you. So you guys all sit down. 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Sheila at the front desk says, I don't know what's taking so long. I'm going to go grab a coffee. Can I bring you anything? Coffee, water? And do you guys take her up on that offer?
Coffee.
Yeah, Kyle will take a coffee.
Coffee.
Water.
Question jolts Derek to sleep, who fell asleep quickly after taking a red eye after the news. So he says, yes, I'd love coffee.
All right. So she's like, all right, I'll be right back. While you're waiting, are you guys like talking to each other? Like you guys have never met each other. I don't know if you would. How about, let's see. Let's get a roll in here.
Terrible idea to break OPSEC when you're in the middle of a public lobby.
We probably, I'm assuming we have enough assignments that we would not have worked together as a team before, correct?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
How about everybody give me like an intelligence times 5 roll?
That tracks.
So everybody but Jimmy, who is just probably too hungover to even realize.
7 shades of hungover.
Yeah, you guys kind of get the feeling that you guys have all been called in for the same reason. After another 5 minutes, a tall man, about mid-30s, suit, not a standard tie, but one of those Western bolo ties with the leather woven strings is hanging down his chest. He strolls into the lobby. He's flipping through some papers. He looks up at all of you and he's like, sorry for the delay. Follow me. You guys all get up, start following him down a corridor. As soon as you enter the corridor, Sheila is on her way back. Oh, and she's like, oh, your coffees. The agent in the bolo ties is like, thank you, Sheila. He grabs one of the coffees, even though it's not his. He takes a sip, looks at you all and says, no time, let's keep moving. So Sheila's just kind of left there standing with the coffees unless one of you guys kind of interjects to that.
Dick move, bro. And I grabbed the coffee because I'm hungover.
All right. He leads you all to a small room, almost like a glorified room closet. There's one small table, 4 chairs. The agent in the bolo tie, he sits down. There's not enough chairs for all of you, so who grabs a seat, tries to grab a seat first?
Yeah, I'll just stand.
I wouldn't mind taking a seat. I'd move slowly over, so if someone were to get in front, they could have it, but I'd prefer a seat.
Jimmy just kind of slouches and sinks into the chair as low as he can. He's kind of hiding his eyes.
So he tells you guys there's a situation in Glen Ridge that the local police force has asked for FBI assistance. They have 2 victims brutally murdered, and the town is afraid they have a serial killer situation. So on September 15th, a 45-year-old dentist, Carl Moretti, was found in a culvert near the edge of the Great Peconic Bay in a small park. As he's saying this, he grabs a notepad and he starts writing as he's talking. He goes, it was pretty brutal. The Glen Ridge PD can give you the details on that. I don't care to elaborate on that. As he's talking, he takes that notepad that he's been writing on and he kind of slides it over to you, and he slides this guy to you. As he's sliding this notepad to you, he's holding a finger to his lips and tapping at his ear, and he says they found some organic material under the victim's fingernails, and then he slides this note to you.
The strange goo is believed to be an unnatural element.
He goes, the medical examiner determined that his body had suffered trauma consistent with a fall from a great height. This Carl Moretti, he was a family man with no known enemies. The second murder happened 22 days later on October 7th. A 41-year-old high school librarian, Vanessa Hatvan, was found hanging from the branches of an oak tree by 2 groundskeepers at Glen Ridge High School. Her body was in much the same state as Dr. Moretti's. However, her head was not recovered. He grabs the notebook again as he's talking, starts scribbling. The medical examiner noted the body was recovered 36 feet up a tree with no evidence of it being dragged or rigged, suggesting it was dropped from a great height. He passes another note to you.
Same unnatural polymer.
This librarian, she wasn't married. She had not dated anyone for a couple of years. Her parents live in Orlando, Florida. No motive is known for this. He takes the notebook back, starts writing again. I need you all to head to Glen Ridge and give them a hand. Catch this sick bastard. The handler says, any questions, but as soon as he finishes that statement, he sends you over another note after he says any questions.
No questions.
He grabs
Amazing.
the notepad, tosses it in the trash, grabs another notebook and writes again. He rips a page off the notepad, folds it up. As he's like dismissing you, he's shaking your hands, and he slips this note to Agent Smiley.
Find a reasonable reason to close the case. Find whatever is behind these killings. Report back to me for further instructions. Use FBI-issued phones to communicate. Say nothing about the unnatural. Call me off the books at 555-736-4838. Get to Glen Ridge. Leave no traces.
So those are your instructions. So how are you guys gonna go about this?
Do we have any kind of official expenditure? Can we requisition stuff, or is this totally off the books?
It's kind of totally off the books because it's not an official FBI investigation. You're going to assist a police department.
So we have no official cover then either.
No, but you guys all have your FBI badges.
Oh, okay. So we do have FBI credentials.
You are FBI agents. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys want to talk amongst yourself on like what you want to do as you're leaving Quantico, you do get like a government vehicle, like an SUV. I don't know how far the drive is from Quantico.
About 7 hours.
Yeah.
7 hours. So you have access to a vehicle if you want to drive up there, or you can take a flight, whatever you guys want to do.
Free murdered out Suburban. Why don't we go with it?
Yeah, I think we're going to need a car when you get up there anyway. It's one less thing we got to deal with, especially if things go sideways.
Agreed.
And if we book a ticket, that might be traceable for us going somewhere.
That's thinking.
All right. He did manage to slip you some files on the two victims. I'll just put them in there. So yeah, you're taking the Suburban?
Road trip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's see. That was 6 a.m. So we'll see you guys get out of there about 8 a.m. We'll say you get to Glen Ridge at about 4 o'clock. Where are you headed?
It's been a long day. We should probably find some kind of place to kind of set up for however long we're going to be here, be it a hotel, motel, whatever.
Well, what are you looking for? Are you looking for like a small place, or are you looking for like a nice place, or any place?
Anyone have any opinions?
Yeah, I'm thinking like, motel, maybe a place that takes cash, doesn't ask a lot of questions, maybe a little off the beaten path.
All right, we'll say
or an extended stay kind of thing.
An extended stay is a good idea.
We'll say you pull up to the small, like Motel 6. It's kind of dingy looking. Are you guys all going in to talk to the guy at the desk, or are you sending one guy in, or what are you guys doing?
Kyle will go in and handle the transactions. Be the forward-facing guy for the motel here.
So you walk in, little bell hanging from the top of the door. Ding ding. There's a guy in the back room, and he sounds annoyed. He's like, ugh. He gets up. How can I help you?
Hey, sorry to bother you. Just need to get 2 of your extended rooms, please. Me and some of my work colleagues are going to be staying at least through the week.
All right. Well, we got room 4 open and room 7 open across the parking lot. I don't know if you were looking for 2 together, but that's all we have available.
Okay, well, if that's all you got available, we'll take it, and be happy to settle up now with you, and I'll get out of your hair.
All right, so it's $100 a night. How long do you plan on staying?
Did we have any petty cash in that folder with us?
Just roll me a luck roll.
All right.
No, you guys forgot to ask for any petty cash when you're leaving, so you're gonna have to either put this on your own dime or a credit card of some sort.
However much cash Kyle has, it's like we'll have to do with I guess 3 nights then for right now, and we'll work quick. We might need to extend that though. Just give me a leave us a note under our door if we need to, I guess extend our stay further, kind of thing. Kyle's kind of looking around, checking his wallet, see how much cash he has.
All right, I'm gonna say, being that it's you, that you got about $500 on you, so you got enough to cover it.
Cool.
So he's like, all right, on day 3, I'll get a hold of you and see where you're at, and we'll settle up then.
Sounds good. We'll catch up.
Yeah, he gives you 2 keys. You go back out to the Suburban. You guys discuss sleeping arrangements. I guess you guys can do that right now.
Kyle comes back to the car. He's got the 2 keys. 3 nights to start us off with, and I can get us more if we need them. I got some cash.
Okay, I don't mind throwing in as well, so you're not bearing all the burden.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, whatever cash I've got.
They have an ATM. I don't care.
Yeah.
How you guys splitting up?
Well, yeah, I'm a little more quiet, so who's ever fitting for a more quiet evening?
Steve packed the wine, some cheese. Obviously, this is just sleeping arrangements. I'm guessing if you guys are digging on the case, you guys all huddle into one room. But just for if anything comes up in the future, I just wanted to know who was going with who.
Yeah, I'll take the couch wherever because I tend to be a night owl anyways.
Cool.
Okay. If that's vocalized by McNulty, I think I'm less of a night owl, so I would probably gravitate more towards the quiet room as well.
Yeah, so I guess that's me, the quiet room.
All right, Steinmetz and Smiley are taking a room, and Kyle and McNulty are taking a room. So you guys get in there, you get all your stuff situated. What's next?
Well, yeah, how tired are we? I mean, is this a sort of situation where we could just like take a breather, whatever, shower, and then we go link up? I'm eager to link up with the police department, local police department, but if it's a situation where we're beat and it's just we need to sleep.
I don't think you guys are beat. You could have slept on the plane, but you drove, so you might be a little crashed out a little bit.
Do you think we got enough stamina to link up with local PD and at least, check in?
Yeah, you're good on that.
Yeah, so maybe say we drop our bags, wash our face.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get the whiskey off.
What'd I say? You guys got there about 3 o'clock?
Or
about 5 o'clock, you roll out to the police department. You pull up. It's a small PD. Take it from here.
Just so I can get a frame of reference of the area. When we were driving, how big of a area is Glen Ridge?
It's a small town.
I guess
yeah, who's that?
Head in and kind of introduce ourselves at the front desk. Tell them we're here with the feds because you guys requested help on this case.
And as we're walking in, Derek kind of looks over to Jimmy and says, "Hey, since you're an officer, do you mind kind of taking lead, kind of cop to cop? I don't know if that's a thing, but..."
Absolutely. I'm Arkham Murder Police, so this is kind of second nature.
Perfect.
The officer at the front desk says, "Hold on a second, let me get Detective Gregson." Woman walks up, like mid-30s. She introduces herself. "Hi, I'm Detective Gregson. Come into my office. We got things to discuss." She leads you to her office. She says, "About a month ago, Dr. Moretti was found over at Peconic Bay. It was pretty gruesome. He's probably the dentist for a majority of Glen Ridge. People were pretty upset, and the way that he was found was just brutal."
You have the ME's reports and the crime scene photos?
She goes into her desk and pulls out a couple files and opens them up in front of you. She opens the one that says Moretti on it first, and you see a man lying on the ground. You see his head is missing. Along the middle of his back, up his back is just like flayed open. And you're flipping through the photos. Another one of the photos shows like probably about 20 or 30 feet away his head and his spine just like laying in the middle of it.
What were the ME's findings? Can we tell if these were pre-mortem or ante-mortem? Was the head and spine removed before or after he died?
I don't really have that info on hand, but I can more than happily set you up a meeting with Dr. Santori over at the medical examiner's office if you want to go talk to him.
That would be great. Do you guys have any of the recovered possessions from the decedent locked up in evidence? Did they recover anything unusual, something that stood out by any chance?
Nothing too unusual. The last time I talked to Dr. Santori, he seemed pretty infatuated with whatever was found under both the victims' fingernails. He didn't get much into it, but you could tell he was a little curious about it. As far as possessions and whatnot, Dr. Moretti had his wallet on him, car keys. The librarian, other than, it being odd, her found in a tree at the high school. As you can see in the picture, she opens up the other folder and shows you the crime photos on there. Same manner. Her head was also removed. Her spine was forcefully ripped out of her body, but her head was never recovered. But as far as anything unusual other than the manner of death, nothing.
Have you guys shaken down known contacts, next of kin, any potential leads, or nothing that stands out?
That's why we called you in. The only thing that is a little concerning for us is the people of the town are getting pretty upset over everything. It looks like the media has already caught wind of the second murder. They're already dubbing the murderer the Glen Ridge chiropractor. She's awesome. She's pretty sure that the information was leaked by a website called Phenomx. Yeah, so she thinks that the moderators of the website Phenomx leaked it to the local news. They were probably intrigued by it due to the manners of the death and how odd they were. They've been lurking around here since shortly after Dr. Moretti was found. I have this. They put this in the Glen Ridge Reporter a couple weeks after Vanessa Hatvan was found.
Are these guys lurking around? Is it somebody that you guys have shaken down already? We have no idea how they got a hold of this information.
We haven't really seen them around here, but I haven't really seen them around here, but they're known to be around.
Okay.
We've just heard around town that these people have been sneaking around and trying to get some information on these murders.
Is there anything else that you guys noticed besides the manner of death and the location of the decedents that isn't in anything official? Were you at the initial crime scene? Notice anything weird? I'm going to roll a human against your answer.
Okay. Did you pass or fail?
That's a success with an 8.
She says other than the librarian being found 36 feet up in a tree, that's the only odd thing that I've seen. And I was at both crime scenes. I don't know what the hell could rip out the spine and skull of someone either, but I just thought it was some sort of animal attack.
Has it been unusually hot and humid? And is Arnold Schwarzenegger in town?
Nice.
That's probably what it was. It was a predator.
I didn't really ask that. That's a.
She's like, haha, very funny. I've seen that movie too.
Derek chimes in for a quick question and says, obviously Carl was helping a lot of people as their dentist and was well known in the town. Has anyone said anything about a change in behavior or going anywhere different or acting different before? Maybe there's something from his behavior we can derive.
That is a good snag.
Nothing that we found, nothing we've heard. He's just going about business as usual. You're more than welcome to go and talk to his colleagues over at his office. Question them. We haven't. That's up to you.
Okay. And confirming both victims were found in the morning?
Dr. Moretti was found about 11:47 p.m. After a jogger spotted him. Vanessa Hatvin was found by the groundskeepers at the school. I don't have that in my file, but I'm guessing that was in the morning.
Okay, I was just curious if we could maybe try to put together what they were doing last known time somebody saw them, kind of thing.
Dr. Moretti's wife called us the night he was actually found. She called at about 10 o'clock saying he left for a jog around 7 and hadn't returned home. So he was home and went for a jog at 7 o'clock, and a few hours went by. She hadn't heard from him, and she called and reported him missing. As far as Vanessa Hatvin, she's kind of a loner, and the last time she was seen was in the high school at the end of the day, going to her car and going home.
Okay, thanks. That's very helpful. No chance you have any phone records?
I can send a request in for phone records. It might take a day or two.
Okay, thank you. You've been very helpful.
Last question. Are the bodies still down at the morgue, or have they been released to the families yet?
Due to the situation, they're still at the medical examiner's.
Wonderful.
As you're talking with Detective Gregson, her desk phone beeps in. She puts it on speaker. It says, "Hey, Hannah, there's an incident happening over at the Harrogate Reds. Their alarm tripped, and we called. No answer. We sent Briggs. We think she's having another episode. She's not moving, not talking, and the French door to the balcony in Lauren's room, it's been smashed open. Lauren's not there. You want this, or do you want me to send Loomis?" Gregson says, "No, I'll head over, thanks." And she goes to you guys. "I gotta go. That's all I got for you. I can call the medical examiner and arrange a meeting if you would like."
Well, do we want to do a 2-and-2 type thing? Split the party right off the rip? Because I'd really like to go down to the ME's office and take a look at the stiffs, something I'd like to try along the way.
Yeah, I'd be fine splitting up if that works. I think Derek definitely would be on edge considering everything going on and hearing of someone just kind of disappearing, thinking, oh no, what if something is happening related to all the other events? So would definitely want to ride along to see what's happening.
Yeah, Baker would as well.
Okay, so who is going with Detective Gregson?
Me?
I would like to go with Gregson as well, if possible.
Okay. Lee, where did you say you wanted to go?
Would probably first instinct go with Gregson if there's somebody missing, but happy to go with McNulty if he wants if you feel like you need any backup.
It's up to you guys. I'm comfortable in my own skin wherever I need to go. So
sounds good. I'll go with the missing person then to see if I could be of any help.
All right. So you guys go your separate ways. We're going to cut to Agent McNulty at the medical examiner. You walk in the front door, and a doctor is at the front desk filling out some paperwork. He's got like very disheveled looking gray hair. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He's like, hey, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm McNulty. I'm here with the feds about the problem you guys have been having.
Oh, yeah. Hannah called me and said you'd be stopping by. What can I help you with?
Well, just wanted to discuss your findings and, see what you guys have locked up in evidence and take a look at the decedents, if at all possible.
Oh, yeah. I could take you in the back right now and pull them out of the cooler if you want to start there.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
All right, so you guys go into the back. He's cross-referencing I don't know what the technical term for him is, but where they keep the bodies, like in the wall. You know what I mean?
The drawers.
The drawers, yeah. He pulls out a body bag. He looks at you and he's like, I just want to let you know that once I open this bag, it's pretty shocking. You okay with that?
Police, I've seen quite a bit.
So he opens the bag and you see this mess of a body, and the head and spine is kind of just laying between the legs. He goes, yeah, these bodies, they were a little more than bashed and ripped, severed muscles and shattered bones. It looks as if the wounds, I've never seen anything like it. The only thing I can describe it as is it was done by like a tree limb cutter. It's very blunt. A very blunt and strong cutting tool.
Were you guys able to discern whether the injuries happened before death or after death?
I would say, in my opinion, that the cause of death was the removal of the spine and cranium. Everything as far as the broken bones and whatnot, they look like that happened post-mortem, almost as if it was dropped from a high height.
Nothing unusual found on the bodies that you guys are aware of?
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. Under the fingernails, we found a great number of samples of a gray polymer. It's an unidentifiable complex organic polymer. I initially believed that contamination was the most likely explanation for its unrecognizability. I'm really not sure what to think of it.
Have you guys sent it off for additional testing anywhere?
It's still in the lab. We're trying to get you guys to come out before we sent anything off to see if you had any ideas what you wanted to do with it. Because honestly, our small little town, we don't run into things like this very often.
Like to send some of it up to Quantico for processing and testing, if at all possible.
Sure, I'll get Linda to bag that up for you. Do you want it all, or I'd like to keep some here for my testing?
Sure, that would be fine. Keep some for you, but we would like to take a pretty decent sized sample, if at all possible. Do you still have the librarian in cold storage as well?
Yeah, he goes a couple drawers down and pulls her out, and it's kind of just more of the same, except for the head and spine are still not there because it hasn't been found. Indulge
me for a moment, so I am going to just kind of give the bodies a really good once over, and I'm going to kind of zone out and see if I can glean anything off it, if you know what I mean.
Which one is specifically?
Her, because she's fresher. So I'm going to pay the cost just for 1 minute.
You kind of sit back and you close your eyes, and the only thing you see is you're looking from the point of view of somebody else, and you assume it's Vanessa Hatvan, the librarian, and you are cooking dinner. You hear a loud crash coming through the dining room window, but before you get the chance to look and see what's happening, this happens so fast, you are pulled out of the dining room window up in the air, and then it cuts out.
Okay. I kind of snap to and look a little rattled, and
he's like, hey buddy, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's just a thing that happens from years on the job. I'd like to collect your reports and that sample, and I'll be on my way.
Roll me a persuade.
Ooh, that's a fumble.
A lot of fumbles. So.
The dice are not kind.
When you tell him that, he goes, I thought you were a cop. You used to be a cop and have seen some shit. Okay. Anything else I can help you with?
No, just your reports and that sample.
All right. So he gives you copies of the reports. Pretty much, it just says everything you guys have been talking about. He hands you a bag with the samples in them. He's like, you need me to tag along for anything in case anything comes up, or you gonna be okay?
No, not at the moment. I think we'll be just fine. We'll call you if we need your expertise any further. It's much obliged. An ME calling somebody else weird. Let's put that out there as being the most unnatural thing that's happened so far.
So you leave. As you're walking out the door, this is just for flair, you don't really notice it, but he goes into a desk drawer. He pulls out like a business card and starts calling somebody. And then we'll cut to the guys with Detective Gregson. So everyone else, you guys pull up to this house. It's 2-story. You get out of the car and head to the front door, and all of you are met by Officer Briggs, who was sent to the scene after Mrs. Harrogate called. He goes, we had to send Mrs. Harrogate away. She was in like a catatonic state. She's had problems in the past, and I don't know, whatever went down here really, really shook her, and we had to send her off to Swansea.
The Puzzle Factory?
Yeah. We had to send her over to Swansea Psychiatric. We were worried about her. Anything I can show you around to?
Well, yeah, first question is, you mentioned that she was in kind of an interesting state. Was she like saying anything that made you think that maybe she was mentally unwell? What was she kind of saying?
She was definitely mentally unwell. She didn't say a peep. When I got here, I don't remember what I said before. I remember if it said the alarms were tripped. If I said she called, I got to retcon that. She did not call. The alarms were tripped, and it's routine for them to send an officer. So that's when he got there. Briggs tells you that he entered the home. Mrs. Harrogate was on the couch, kind of like rocking back and forth with like a dead look in her eye, not talking. He went upstairs and saw that the balcony French doors were busted open.
Who else lived in the facility with Mrs. Harrison?
Her daughter, Lauren, 17, cheerleader at Glen Ridge High School. She's nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
Sorry, what was the daughter's name one more time?
Lauren.
Do we,
Thank you.
do we know, I know we couldn't hear from Mrs. Harrison, but was Lauren seen at any point today? Do we know if she was in the house at the time?
I found her cell phone under the bed. It looks like she was texting some of her friends like today. What time is it right now? 6. So she had texts from like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So texting back and forth. And then it just kind of stopped.
Okay. I'm obviously not going to speak for the other agents, but that trips an alarm to me that the doors are open. You have similar stories of people being up in the air. So I'm going to run to the back of the house and try to start looking to see if there's anything up in the air or any sign of where Lauren might have been taken.
You go upstairs to her room?
Baker will. Introduces himself to Officer Briggs and says, "Hey, I'm Special Agent Baker with the FBI. Do you mind if we take a look around sorry, I can't remember your character's name, but Paul's character runs out front."
Briggs says, "Hey, go ahead, take a look around." And I'd imagine you would probably head upstairs to the bedroom because that's where everything is.
I'd want to lay eyes on the broken doors if possible, just investigate everything in that area and see if there's any more of that gray goo anywhere potentially got scraped off or something.
And while Baker goes there, just to clarify, I'm going to actually run outside, like to the back where, like wherever the doors are and start like investigating back there at the same time.
Agent Smiley goes out back and he looks up and there is a little bit of a balcony with like railing on it. The railing in the middle that's like facing the middle of the French doors, that's broken off, and the French doors are like pushed inward and the glass on them are broken. One of them might be like hanging off the hinges a little bit. That's pretty much what you see. Everything else just seems normal. As for inside, Agent Baker sees, other than the broken glass and everything, her comforter on her bed is like on the floor. Roll me an intelligence ×5.
I got an 18.
You kind of come to the conclusion that she was definitely forcefully taken out of here through that French door, and she was probably on her bed. The comforter fell off the bed as she was being taken. Roll me a search.
Bumble.
That's all you come to the conclusion of it. She was taken forcefully out of here. You don't know how it's even possible, being that, you know, it's the second floor and there's no blood. It's just real odd.
All right, last question from Agent Baker. Can he discern at all if the curtains might have been drawn or open, or is it too difficult to tell with the damage?
Yeah, I would say it's too difficult to tell.
Okay.
She just had some sheer curtains and they're still hanging. Whatever came through that door must have been fast and low, because the bar hanging the curtain still attached.
Baker would go back downstairs and share that with the other agents and try to link up with Agent Smiley, kind of looking around in the backyard.
And then a point of clarification for me, obviously I see the French doors were busted in to her room. The balcony that you mentioned, what way did the debris fall? Was it like it fell because something was taken out and it actually fell backwards, or was it also towards the room?
No, it's all towards the room.
Okay.
Are you still outside?
Yes. I'm kind of simultaneously, like, obviously he did that. I'm still convinced that she's been taken out, and I'm starting to try to look around my surroundings and try to take in, like, is there any like tree branches that look like they fell, like any indication of what direction it might have gone?
There's nothing, which is weird, because you can tell that all the debris looks like it's going towards the room, but there's nothing on the ground, like on the grass or the porch or anything, and there's like no discerning way that something could climb up. There's no ladders or ropes or any other access to the balcony from the outside.
Okay. I think probably by this point, just from a timing standpoint, I'm assuming Baker probably makes it over to me now at the back, right? Is that
yeah.
fine? Okay, cool. So I guess I'd share what I have, which is not a lot, and then share back. Is there any other, like the police officers, are they standing around within earshot?
No, he's just hanging out at the front door, kind of keeping people away. It's hard from the front to even tell anything's going on other than the car out front. Yeah, he's just hanging out front. He did mention he found her cell phone. So other than the broken door and the debris and stuff inside, that's probably the only evidence that he has.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna. So in the meantime, I tried to get the cell phone. I'm gonna investigate any electronic devices I can find. I'm looking for if they've got any surveillance. I know 2012 it wasn't as widespread, but maybe they've got some cameras, porch cameras. Do I see anything? Whatever, PCs, laptops, any other devices around the house?
I feel like it's safe to say that you would have asked Officer Briggs at the front if you could see the cell phone, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm gonna try to. I've got my iPad. We didn't talk about this a lot in advance, but I'm assuming I've got some search software, something I can hook up, and I can do. I can run some keywords, things like names of the other victims, recent activity, and get a quick download.
Computer science?
I'm gonna have you roll it anyway, just to see if you crit.
Okay.
But roll me a computer science.
All right. Click. Success.
Okay.
10 under 60.
You hook up the phone to like your iPad or laptop, whatever you carry on you, and it downloads all the recent incoming and outgoing calls that she made or she received, and it pretty much gives you the names and the cell phone towers and the phone numbers. A lot of calls are from her mother going back like a week. I'm not going to try to think up last names, so I'll just say first names. There's a Stacy, Laura, a Thomas, a Mindy. Those are all phone calls. As far as like texts and things, it's just normal stuff you would see on a 17-year-old girl's cell phone.
I'm also interested in the last call, the last active call. Potentially she was on the phone with somebody when this event happened, and maybe that person heard something.
She wasn't
like
on a phone call, She
Okay.
was texting back and forth with Stacy. The last text from Stacy to Lauren said,
I can't believe he even thought he had a shot, and what a fucking loser.
All right. Can I scroll back and see who the he is?
there's not a name, but
Well,
give me a second here. I got to think of something good. There's not a name. They only refer to him as McLovin.
okay. Well, yeah. Okay. I suppose you're saying you didn't, improvising wise, you didn't come up with the last name, but I have the last name for this Stacy is, so we can follow up with this.
Yeah.
Her friends. Okay. Any other devices around in her room? Is there a family computer I can get onto?
There's a laptop sitting on a desk in her room.
Okay. So I want to take a look for that, or take a similar look at that. I'm looking for any similar thing. I want to look at recent activity, and I also want to kind of run a keyword search on the other victims to try to identify any connections.
Roll me another computer science.
All right. Oh, I already know it's a fail because the check mark popped up.
Yeah.
80. At least it wasn't a fumble, huh?
The computer fucking explodes. Yeah, you think to check her Facebook. You can't log in. It's logged out. You can't figure out the login.
All right. We're alone here. Is it?
I'd say Officer Briggs is still out front, and probably by this time, we're gonna say it's like dusk now. We're gonna say you are up in.
So
I guess it depends on you. Is there anything else you want to do in the house? Because I think
what I was
Kyle
getting at
Baker,
is if the other agents, it's just a question of, hey, do we just go ahead and kind of, do we be open about, hey, we're gonna go ahead and take her laptop and cell phone, or do we just kind of leave with them discreetly? Because I think we need to, in case there is something, we need to take it. It's just to secure any. We don't really know what we're dealing with here, and if there's some clue to it, we don't want to leave it behind. So the question is, do we just I don't know if any of the other agents are in there, but hey, I want to take these. Do you think we do this openly, or do we should I just kind of stash these in my whatever? Say I got a bag or whatever. Do it discreet or open. What's your take?
I would. Baker would suggest that we, say that we have, the capability to review this to see if might be any connections to the other murders. And I mean, that would be a hard argument to go against, I would think, if they're trying to be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, and I've already introduced myself as the electronic forensics specialist, so.
We're going to say you guys are all in the backyard right now, because that's where you two, Agent Steinmetz, came outside to talk to you guys about all that you guys just talked about. And I'm guessing at this point, McNulty pulls up and meets Detective Gregson out at the front door, and they start walking and meeting you up to the back.
At this point, just so everyone's aware, Smiley is starting to he was holding it in, but this is triggering something with him. This specific event is causing severe distress for him, and I'm starting to get panicky. Yeah.
And this is bad handler operation for me. I got to do some housekeeping real quick. Bob, I need
how many
you
sanity rolls did you miss?
Yeah, a bunch. Bob, I need you to roll a sanity for when he pulled those bodies out. Yeah. Okay, you take one.
Can I project?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna project, and that costs me a willpower. You
need to roll a D4, and that is how much willpower you're gonna use.
Yes, and the thing is, even if you roll a 4, even though you still lose 4 willpower, even if you lose 1 to project.
4.
Okay, so subtract 4 willpower and minus 1 from one of your bonds.
Okay, Hillary's taking a hit. Not literally.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, not yet, at least.
And I will need Smiley and Baker to also roll. Baker, because pretty much for the same reasons. It doesn't make sense to you how someone broke in the way that it looks.
Okay, and so that's just a straight sanity points roll off the sheet?
Yeah.
Nice.
Holding it together.
You won't take. Yeah, you don't take any.
And I got a success as well.
Okay, but you will take 1 because it's triggering you in a different way. Yes. Do you want to project, or do you want to just take it?
I'm going to take the 1 sanity point.
Okay. And Steve, I think you're good.
Just cause? Just cause.
Yeah, just cause.
Right.
You were focused on all the electronic stuff, and that's it. Okay, so you guys are all out back. remember, Detective Gregson is with you now, so there might be things you don't want to discuss around her, or you might not care.
Yeah, I think
what do you guys do?
Based on Smiley's mental situation at the moment, I think he doesn't even consult with the others, which is atypical for him, and says, we got to send out like a search party now. We have to comb this area. She's missing, and this is bad.
I try and talk him off the ledge a little bit.
Yeah, psychotherapy roll.
Yeah,
that's a whiff.
Yeah, he's kind of in it. He's in his head right now. There's
sure
no breaking him out of it.
Okay.
As Smiley is kind of like going off, we got to set a perimeter. Blah, 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 blah. The detective gets a phone call. She puts it on speaker again because she wants you guys to know everything she's knowing. It says, "Hey Hannah, you still at the Harrogates?" She goes, "Yeah, what's going on?" The voice says, "We found a body. It's something. I think it's another one if you catch my drift." The detective's like, "Oh no. Where do I need to go?" The voice goes, "Highway 506 behind Hurl Field. Take your time. We're waiting for the bucket truck." So she hangs up. What do you guys say? You guys heard all that, so
I think sounds like we need to ride along out there.
Yeah, go check out the new body, and if possible, while we're on the, I don't know if there's like a key maps or if we might have access to a map, but trying to plot all these points and see if we can see if there's like what's going on in the area or kind of what space it covers, any significant landmarks or things that stand out.
I already have all that kind of stuff prepped for you.
Nice.
Is stuff popping up on this map?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
And while, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna make a joke about going to the escape room, but
good call. On that note, is there any? Can we rack our brains to think up of any kind of a cover story why we would tell people to, stay inside with your windows closed, kind of thing, and your curtains without drawing too much public attention or something? In the effort to try to save lives while this is going on.
I don't think it makes much of a difference.
Gotcha.
Stuff's just blown down the doors anyways.
Fair point.
I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm already looking at this as that these are targeted. But I guess more to be determined, right? So I don't think these are random, but that's just where I don't want to get railroaded down one path. But yeah, I'd agree. The way I'm going, I don't think it makes a difference. I think if there's an intended target, this thing's going to get to him.
Yeah, so just to let you guys know, anything on this whiteboard, you should be able to move if you want to move it. If you can't, just let me know and I'll make it so you can. But that's up to you guys. Yeah, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want to do. Just remember what, the DG code is. You want to eliminate anything unnatural. You want to keep it from the public. You
obfuscate details,
Yeah.
On that note, Baker would ask, what's your guys' take on evidence? This is my first time working with you gentlemen, and inferring to include, what McNulty found at the morgue, the bodies. I'm not sure exactly how far our mandate, what kind of evidence we have to disclose, or what level of cover up are we looking for here? Like take out the medical examiner, or dispose of evidence where we can, or leave no trace kind of thing?
Discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah, I think, wherever we can destroy, steal, or obfuscate evidence, and just let it fade away. If we find more samples of the black goo, if you could just discreetly, you find some underneath some fingernails, if you can discreetly, scrape it away and just lick it into the dirt.
Discreetly not let the medical examiner keep any of that polymer.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about specifically. If I can go pay a visit if we need to when we're wrapping up shop here.
Yeah, I think it's the sort of thing. On our way out of town, I think we discreetly do a couple break-ins if we have to, and just kind of maybe we can plan a story, right? We were doing some chemical analysis, and this stuff is whatever it is, it's volatile. Just kind of evaporates, and we've noticed that there's a subtle, and that way when it disappears, well, I guess that's just it. It was chemically unstable and it went away. Maybe we replace it. If it's in a dish, we replace it with a clean dish.
So,
in fact, right now, are we discussing this out in the open in front of a cop, or is this kind of metagaming here? Because it makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Yeah. So let's say this. You guys all wanted to go to this crime scene, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought we were on the drive over.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
we're gonna say you guys are all in the Suburban following Detective Gregson.
By any chance, we pinch the laptop?
Yeah, so I grabbed the cell phone and the laptop, and
Okay.
I'm already out there as the electronic forensic expert, so any electronics I can just kind of openly take and say, hey, I need to do more analysis.
So you guys are heading to this crime scene, but you've been discussing things that you probably should do as well. That would be good things to put on this board for next time, so you don't forget what your leads are or things you want to do, so you don't forget.
Sorry, I forgot her name. Can you pop the teenage girl victim on here so I can kind of underneath? I want to put Stacy and McLovin.
Oh, like the house.
Yeah, I just want to connect it just so I remember that it's connected to this particular victim. It might not, basically the exact locations aren't actually relevant later down, but if there is some kind of a geographic pattern, I'd like to associate it that way.
So you guys follow Detective Gregson to this wooded area behind like a baseball field. Through the middle of this field is like the electrical towers that you would see, you know what I mean? Like the
power lines you lived under as a kid?
Huh.
So you pull up and you see like a DTE truck with the big bucket on it backing in next to one of these towers. You guys get out of the truck, you go meet up with Detective Gregson, start walking toward a couple of police officers. What do you do?
Typically Smiley would take a little bit of charge in this situation, but again, he's not in the right mental spot at the moment. So I'm gonna keep in that spot for his character.
Yeah, and in general, I'm more of the introvert. I'm definitely not the go up and introduce, take charge type.
Yeah, homicide detective, so I guess we'll get the lay of the land so far. What they've found, start looking at the scene, reminding everybody, don't touch anything. Nothing at all.
So you head up to these two officers, and Detective Gregson's like, hey, what do you got for me? One of them goes, we got a body, and he points up to the top of this electrical tower. We were waiting for you to get here in case you wanted to ride up with the bucket truck to see what's going on up there. What do you want us to do?
How far up is it?
60 feet?
Anybody got a good athletics roll?
Well, there is a bucket truck. You could ride up with the DTE guy.
Yeah, might as well.
Or you can be a fucking champ and fucking climb them.
Critical fumble.
There will be many rolls.
Yeah.
Up there so you can't see it.
I'll ride up with Gregson. Anybody else coming?
Gregson goes, if you're going to go up there, I'd rather not.
Okay.
So you hop in the bucket truck. The DTE guy is with you because he can't let you, go by yourself because laws.
Get a 10% in heavy machinery. Let's do this. Figure it out.
I mean, I will let you.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
Straight
No.
up.
I should.
For some reason, I got a 50%.
If you want to try to talk this guy into letting you go up there by yourself, by all means.
No, it's fine. Because
Okay.
I don't want to get up there and have my brain snap, and the next thing I know, I take a header off an 80-foot tree picker.
So you get all strapped in, and the DTE guy starts working the controls, and you start slowly working your way up to the top of this thing. You get to the top, and you see the body of a young female in, looks like pajamas. The spine and the head is missing. As you're looking at it over, you notice probably about 6 or 7 feet down is where the spine and the head is like draped over one of the steel beams. The face is turned towards you, like it's staring into your soul, and you can tell it's Lauren Harrigan.
Am I rolling a sand?
Yeah.
Oof. That's a whiff.
1d4. Do you want me to roll your sand damage, or do you want to do it?
No, go ahead and roll it.
Okay, I like to roll 2. 1. Lane.
Okay.
If you want to project, you can.
No, I'm just going to take it, and I check the box, right?
Not for sanity.
I don't get a check mark in violence for that, for failing the roll?
Yes, you do. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
No, it's cool.
So what are you exactly, like, are you looking at the body? Are you looking at head and spine? Are you just telling the guy to bring you back to the ground?
No, I am, while I'm up here, I'm gonna, I'm gloved up, obviously, and I'm gonna do kind of an initial forensic, kind of a cursory thing over the body. Try specifically looking for any of that shit under the fingernails.
Roll me a forensics.
Jesus. Nope.
There's definitely stuff under her fingernails, but it's too dark right now to tell if it's the same consistency as what you saw at the medical examiner.
Okay. Can I tell, based on where I'm at right now, how difficult of an operation it's going to be to get her down, her and spine down?
There's not enough room in the bucket to get her in there with the DTE guy. You'd be able to bring the head down if you wanted, but you don't have anything really to wrap it up in or anything. I mean, you can do what you want to do. You tell me how you want to do it, and I'll tell you what to do.
I think the best bet is going to be to let their evidence collection team come up and get it. Obviously, up here, I won't be able to do any kind of real, forensic search of the body. So I guess at this point, just take a couple of quick photos with the cell phone cam in as much detail as I can get, both the head and the body itself, and then take a ride back down, discuss further once we're in not earshot of everybody else.
Where is everybody else? Are you guys at the bottom of this bucket truck, just looking up and seeing what he's doing, or is anybody else somewhere else?
Yeah, Baker is just kind of looking around at the surrounding areas, pretty much everywhere, not up the electric power line, to just see if there's anybody else watching or anything else that's out of the ordinary.
What about you, Paul?
Yeah, Smiley is kind of at the base of the truck, pacing back and forth, kind of in his own head.
Steve, where are you?
I'm gonna walk. Yeah, I'm gonna walk the field. Not too far. Maybe a couple hundred feet here and there, just looking for anything that may have dropped any evidence.
McNulty and the DTE guy. The DTE guy starts hitting the controls to move the bucket truck down, and as he does, it kind of jolts and actually hits the tower a little bit, and the head and spine start to fall, hitting beams on the way down.
Try and catch the head?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Bob, roll me athletics.
Oh.
So close.
Oh yeah, it falls, boom, 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 and then lands right in front of Smiley. Smiley, roll me a dex. Not a dex, a dodge.
Oh yeah, sorry. Dodge. I wasted the good roll.
It clunks you in the head for 1 point of damage.
You literally got brained.
And falls in front of you. Roll me a sanity.
Yeah. Narratively appropriate.
Okay, so you take... Oh, man. You take 4 sanity damage.
Okay, I am going to, in this situation, to project it.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
Yeah. 3.
So you lose 3 willpower.
And then I click which bond I want to put that to, right?
If you only want to project 2 of that sanity onto a bond, you would take 1. You would take 1 sanity. You know what I'm saying?
So
or
you can project split it up. I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware of that. Yeah. I mean, so you could raw dog part of it and just split it up that way. So what did your roll was a 4? If you want to spend 2 and 2 and then take...
No, not 2 and 2. His sanity damage was a 3. Oh, no,
right.
Wait. No.
You're talking about
was a 4. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Project 3 onto a bond, but you're still going to take 1 sanity damage. We'll just do it for that this time.
Okay, got it. So I'll go down 1 sanity point, and then I'm going to put reduce. I'm going to, given the context of, and eventually people will probably figure out what's going on in Smiley's head. I think a conversation with his best friend Joe Dumas is going to be the bond that's impacted.
That's Joe Dumbass, by the way.
Okay.
Cool.
Name is Dumas.
With that, we're gonna end it for today. So think about what you want to do next and maybe jot it down on the board so you remember for next time. What everybody think? How you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, thank you so much for all the work.